What's going on? Okay, today I got some good news. It's July 1st. I just got a call from the office where our shop's at. We run our units from. The paint booth, I've been on a list for the past 4 or 5 years. I've been #1 on this list. The facility has a paint booth and they rent it out to people. And then they got tired of renting out to people, so they rent it out to one person. And that one person is charged to use it and then rent it out to other people. And he just gave it up. And I was first on the list for a long time. I was actually offered that paint booth when it was brand new. So I turned it down because at the time I didn't need it. Now I need it. And my name has been on the list for the past, I would say probably 4 or 5 years. And I'm #1 on the list. They just called me and said, hey, you got the paint booth. So I'm ecstatic about it, because now I can actually have a place where I can spray and, you know, come out with nice clean paint, and I won't have to worry about buffing a lot. You know, sometimes it comes out clean. But I just checked out the paint booth. I'm gonna take you guys over there so you can see it. It is a hot mess. Absolutely, it looks like nobody serviced this thing since it was brand new. But I'm gonna be walking over there now. I'll show it to you guys. We're gonna be doing a few different things over here in the next few days, getting it ready for us to start using it. All right, here, check it out. Let me turn this thing off. Why is the paint booth on with nothing in it? I have no idea. Look at the condition of this paint booth. It is absolutely trashed. Look at this. It is trashed. Guys never took care of this place. Look here. Look at filters. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Ooh, look how much gunk, build-up garbage is in here. So the project is gonna be us tomorrow. I already have Mike. He's a good friend of mine. He's, you know, pressure washing everything. Not pressure washing, he's about to come pressure wash. But he is degreasing and blowing everything out with the compressor. Look at the state of this compressor. I guarantee you this compressor hasn't been serviced in 4 or 5 years. I'm gonna get the facility to service it. This is just a hot mess. This thing is a hot mess. Look at the filters. It's disgusting. I would rather paint outside than paint inside this paint booth. Here's the crazy part. Nasty filters. Look. Brand new filters right there. They should never change them. Why do they have them and not change them? I don't get it. The biggest problem with this paint booth right now is that the duct system, like if you open this, inside there's a big fan. I'll show you from the outside. Right there. There's a big fan and it sucks the air. So it pulls the air from here, or from those filters. It pulls the air through these filters and up and out. It shoots it out. The problem is this thing's never been serviced. Whoever rented it never serviced it. So you're supposed to, when you have a car in here and you have the doors closed, right? If this door is open and you turn on the fan, this door should shut real quick from the pressure. Right now, if I were to turn it on, it would just stay open because there's no pressure pulling it. The fans are not working good. They probably have a good 2 to 3 inch cake of overspray on each blade. So we're gonna get that serviced We're gonna paint all the walls. All the walls are getting painted. But before we do any of that, actually, we're gonna have to clean out this duct. That's the first thing, is clean out the duct. And then it's gonna be all dirty. We're gonna pressure wash everything out of here, clean everything, and then we're gonna paint all the walls. That's our goal for this week, which is, it's a pretty good goal. You see, look, this is what I don't care. Look, my hands are so dirty just from touching stuff. They go and they put the putty here. They just use, you know, they're working on the cars inside the booth, and then they do this, you know, just to get it off the stick. It's not, this is only for paint. You're not supposed to do body work inside the paint booth. It's mind-blowing to me. It's mind-blowing to me how reckless these people are. But I'm taking over the paint booth. And it's a new sheriff in town. I am not having it, because I'm gonna have to rent the paint booth out to people here. So I'm gonna have rules. I'm gonna be the one renting it. It's gonna be in my name, and I'm gonna be in charge of renting it out to people and using it for myself. I'm gonna have posters everywhere saying, keep the booth clean or you're never coming back. I'm gonna have signs saying, keep it clean, be respectful, don't do stupid stuff, because there's gonna be a whole rule system. If you don't abide by it, you can't paint in here. It's the end of the day. It doesn't look like we did anything, but we did a lot. First thing we did is pressure wash the floors over here. We blew off the top of the, it's still kind of dirty, but we blew off all the cobwebs on top. We pressure washed some of it. We pressure washed all this. All this. It still looks like crap, but it's gonna get, all the floors are gonna get all painted. And you know, we got all this pretty much cleaned up, got most of the gunk out of here. Inside the paint booth, what we did was we cleaned up all the lights, the glass. I had a bunch of overspray. We sprayed all this with the greaser. We went ahead and pressure washed everything down. And it still looks like crap, but it's, most of the stuff is off. We're gonna paint it in the next couple days. Tomorrow, what we're gonna do is two things. First of all, we noticed this after we started pressure washing, but the floor, all of this is overspray. All of this. It's bad. But take a look. Look. It's bad. So we're gonna be scraping up most of this. Hopefully we're gonna have time to scrape up all this stuff, get it cleaned. Fred was telling me they're gonna have to climb up in here. So if you see inside there, it's all caked. All caked. They're gonna have to get up on the roof, go ahead from there, clean everything from the top, and then bring it down, start cleaning everything from the middle and all the way to the bottom. Clean up the vents. We're gonna have to clean everything. Get everything cleaned up, because Wednesday we're gonna be painting. And take a look at this. Look how nasty this is. This is disgusting. What's up, man?
Here we are the next day. I am super excited. As you can tell, I went straight with the scraper into the ground while Fred was getting up inside the ventilation shaft. He was up there for like 6 hours. I was so excited. I'm like, man, we're gonna knock this thing out in like one day. Not even 6 hours. We were scraping that ground for 2 whole days. We were dead. Now Fred here was up in the ventilation shaft for like, I would say probably 5 to 6 hours. He was covered from head to toe in overspray. I felt bad for him, but you know, he chose to go up there, and he was one of the only ones who actually could fit up there. You know, probably one arm of mine would get into there. Yeah, I'm a big boy, so I knew I wasn't gonna be able to fit up in there. We worked all day for 2 solid days to get this thing ready for paint. We took, I would say, probably between the scrapings off the ground right here and the dust inside the ventilation shaft, I guarantee you we took about 7, if not 8 trash cans, filled them up, and took them to the dumpster. It's crazy. Now there was a little corner where they had that table. That was a hot mess. That took Mike probably about an hour just to clean up that one corner. I would say every 2 to 3 hours we were taking those scrapers back to the shop so we can sharpen them, because it was getting dull and we weren't able to scrape nothing up. We did go ahead and change all the lights around. We cleaned the glass. Now me and Fred decided to get on the roof and clean the top of the chimney, I guess you can call it. I didn't get too much of this because the GoPro started to overheat. But look how nasty this is. We were up there for about 15-20 minutes before the GoPro, you know, overheated. Now I'm just getting everything ready for painting, just taping everything. We had a guy who was supposed to help us tape this, but decided at the last second he didn't want to, or sorry, he got sick. You know how it is. Oh, I got sick and I went home because I was tired. My stomach hurt. You know the BS people give you. The paint booth was gonna get painted the following day. I didn't want to wait to go to the guy and be like, hey, you forgot to paint, or sorry, you were sick and you had, you know, I need you to tape it now because the guy's here to paint the paint booth. I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to I hate putting myself in those situations. So I just asked Mike to stay an extra hour and we would tape it, and he said it was cool with him. But I don't know why I had to tape it. I'm kind of glad I did, because I kind of do have I'm a perfectionist when it comes to stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know why it was my job to tape the paint booth when the guy who's supposed to paint the paint booth, I think that would be his job to prep, but it is what it is. It's okay. It only took us about an hour to make it nice and clean and ready for paint. So here we are painting the paint booth. I try to explain to the gentleman I do not want the cages to the left and right painted, and he went ahead and painted them anyways, inside also, and I was like, whatever. Me and Fred were trying to explain to him, why don't you just do a quick little tack coat and then let it sit and then do a heavy coat. He decided, no, I'm a professional. So he threw a really heavy first coat, and as you see Fred walking around with a brush taking out all the runs. So it is what it is. I had no control over the painting. That was the facility who contracted him, but you know, it came out pretty clean.
All right, it is Monday. I just came in first thing in the morning and the floor is painted. Actually, the floor is painted around the whole shop. They did this over the weekend. All right, so that the floor is now all painted, we're ready to put the filters up and crank this bad boy up and figure out if the fans are still good or I have to replace the fans. I don't know yet. So, but it all looks good now. It's all nice and white and the floors are gray. All right, let's get to putting these filters up.
Still on it. Build on it. We still on it.
All right, fast forward a few days. Now the floors are painted. We just mopped everything. The floors are painted. The walls are painted. We changed the belt on the motor and the fans so it works more efficiently now.
Build on it. We still on it. Build on it. We still on it. Build on it. We still on it.
¡Ay!